Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music license. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Lena Bandida. 113 Sid Vicious. Number 13 F-Bomb. 1410 Wonderlina. 24/7 PMS. Number 40 Sick. Representing the 4077 Crash Mash. Number 45 Ammunition. 574 Axel. 709 Kiwi. 808 Jeez Louise. 810 Pound Town. Number 84 Jaws Breaker. And 86 Flipper Off. Give it up for your home team skate Riot Project.
All right, and now let's welcome our Bad News Beaters. In number 01, Goldie Knox. Number 10, and our captain, Frida. 1013, Griff. 106, Black Mamba. 22, Whacking Gibbous. 27, Beethoven. 31, 2x4s. 33, Mecca. 3381, Helenati. Number 5, Sunny Ono. 5811, Sunspot. 633, Morph. 710, Gail Satan. 718, Ragin' Bajin. And 830, PB Wookie. Give it up for our beaters in blue.
All right, everybody, we are ready. Now we are going to get rolling with this home team match-up. Not a mash-up, an actual match-up. These two teams coming into tonight's game, looking forward to going head-to-head once again, usually keeping it close in previous games. Excited to see what happens tonight. We got some skaters back on the track after a hiatus. We got some new folks who have joined, and we're really excited to see what is going to happen, what it's going to be, what it is, what it was. We know it's going to be a good time, that's for sure. Hey, let us know who you're here for. Give it up if you are here for the Bad News Beaters. All right, let's start a riot for Skate Riot Project. And hey, if you're just here to see people get knocked down and get right back up, yay!
Yay!
Thank you for your support on that. And that missile means we are ready. Next whistle will start the jam. Do you want to take this one?
All right, and Jam 1, we have Morph jamming for the Bad News Beaters, and that's Sid Vicious for Skate Riot Project. Already picked up lead and around for their initial scoring pass. Morph has star in hand, looking to, and completes that pass to Farida, who is the pivot for the Beaters, as Sid comes in for the initial scoring pass. All right, Sid is being hit from side to side, so calls it off. Frida does complete an apex jump. Let's see if it was in time to get any points. And that is going to be a 2-0 jam in favor of Skate Riot Project to start this game.
All right, we are already ready for jam number 2. Mecca with the star for the Beaters, Pound Town for Skate Riot Project. Looks like maybe we have a little bit of an official timeout. This official timeout brought to you by our penalty box sponsor, Night Owl. Our goal is to provide superb New York-style pizza by the slice and smash burgers within a warm and eclectic atmosphere served by a friendly and welcoming staff. Find out more at nightowlaz.com. Also, this gives us an opportunity to give a shout out to all of our hard-working officials. We have Ms. Behaven, Kit Ruff, Unsure Man, McWinkle, Morrigan, Flash, Sweet and Sour Candy, Notorious, Dudbolt, Sayrar, Manosaur, Razorcat, Catastrophic, Justabill, Scary Reed, Billy Motion, Meche, and Colonel Angus. Sorry. Oh my gracious. And looks like we are next whistle ends the timeout, which means the next whistle starts the game or jam. Bam! There we go. All the sounds of multiple skates moving across the track. Mecca almost knocked out by Wonderlina as lead is picked up by Pound Town of Skate Riot Project. Mecca, getting a cut track call. Wah, wah. That means we have a power jam. Power jam in favor of Skate Riot Project. Pound Town taking advantage already with 4 points going up on the board for this jam. So 8 points so far. Pound Town with a little shifty shift bouncing around and out of the pack. Will call it off. Lena Bandila going to the penalty box. So next jam will be a power start in favor of Skate Riot Project, although they will be down one skater, one blocker.
All right, and looks like we do have another official timeout. So this is a great time to invite you to join us at our after party following this game at Title IX Sports Grill in Phoenix. This is Phoenix's first women-focused sports bar, and they will be hosting us this evening. So come hang out after the games. And with that whistle blowing, we are now on to the next jam, Skate Riot Project with a power start, and Crash Mash wearing the star as jammer for Skate Riot Project. But the Bad News Beaters doing a great job holding down that defense, while Mecca is out of the pack and able to sneak through on the inside and complete that initial scoring or initial pass. And let's see. Okay, and so Crash now does have star in hand, looking for some offensive help from Vamp. A big tumble back there, but Mecca is around looking for some more points, and we. All right, looks all skaters are up and exiting the track. And we're gonna get set up for our next jam. It does look like we have a clear clear night owl penalty box, so both teams will have full packs on the track for this next jam.
All right, we have started. That is Griff with the star for the Beaters and Axel for Skate Riot Project. Axel pushing forward at the top of the pack, one to beat there with Hella Naughty. PMS picking up a penalty. Oh, Axel almost out of the pack with Naughty chases down, but now Axel all the way out of the pack, so Axel does have lead. Griff now out of the pack as well. Pack hanging out here in turns 3 and 4 as Axel is coming in to score some points, gets knocked to the outside by Naughty and calls it off. Axel able to pick up 2 points, but so is Griff. So a 2-2 jam, our score 4-12 after 4 jams.
All right, in this jam, we see Kiwi for Skate Riot Project jamming against Gail Satan for Bad News Beaters. Gail Satan getting some great momentum at the top of the track and picks up lead jammer as the Beaters do lose their pivot to the penalty box as Kiwi is working to complete that initial. But that was Flipper off with a great hit to the outside, forcing the call off by Satan, and Skate Riot Project will start the next pack with the pack advantage, full pack on the track.
Sid Vicious with the star for Skate Riot Project and Morph for the Bad News Beaters. Oh, looks like we have a timeout called just before the whistle. That looks like an official timeout. So shout out to our sponsor 888, elevating derby safety standards with cutting edge technology. Check out 888.com. And our other sponsor, one of our other sponsors, 187 Killer Pads, industrial strength materials, unmatched ergonomic design, unparalleled excellence, 187killerpads.com. Also notice our all of our travel team skaters sport their 888 and 187 gear. Thanks so much for sponsoring our travel team and our league. Jam underway. Sid Vicious with the star for Skate Riot Project. Morph for the Bad News Beaters. Man, blockers really locking it down, keeping everybody in the straightaway. Morph pushing to the top of the pack, scooches around the Skate Riot Project blockers and is out for lead. Sid still looking to find a way out, getting some, looking for some offensive assistance, but man, a big hit there from Sunspot to slow down Sid. Morph now pushing forward again at the top of the pack. Pack starting to get spread out. F-Bomb and Wonderlina holding it down there with Lena Bandita. And Wonderlina able to knock Morph to the outside and recycle back. And Wonderlina picking up a penalty, going to the Night Owl penalty box. And Morph through, gets a little push there from Helenati. Morph with 4 points. Jaws now with the star, calls it off. Morph calls it off just as Jaws gets to the pack. So a 4-point jam there for the beaters. And look at this, Punky Pie. We have the ever elusive tie score. It's 12-12 after 6 jams.
We got tie score. Currently, beaters do have a pack advantage with all 4 blockers on the track. Skate Riot Project, 1 in the box. And Pound Town block or jamming for Skate Riot Project, being slowed by Bad News Beaters defense, allowing Mecca to pick up a lead for the Bad News Beaters. All right. Mecca able to sneak by on the inside as the beaters continue to hold down defense. Seen some tumbles there, and star in hand, but was able to get out of the pack and finish their initial pass. All right, and we did have a call there. That's going to be 2 more points up for the Bad News Beaters. No points for Skate Riot Project, that jam. It's a 6-0 jam.
After that jam, friends, we have a lead change. Just 6 points, though, separating these two teams. Griff wearing the star for the Beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. Axel able to push past Mamba, picks up lead for Skate Riot Project. Griff knocked to the outside, recycled back by Jaws. Beaters are down a skater right now. So pack advantage to Skate Riot Project. 4 going up for Axel and SRP. And there has been a successful star pass. Frida now jamming for the Beaters, and that change will force the call off. And 7 points going up for Skate Riot Project, and that means we have another lead change. Lead change. Skate Riot Project 19, Bad News Beaters 18.
All right, and this is Gail Satan wearing the star for Bad News Beaters and Crash Smash for Skate Riot Project. Both got a tight pack so far, but Satan's getting some momentum, pushing up the straightaway, and picks up lead as Crash Smash looking to avoid a cut call and play some smart derby there, while Satan's ready to score some points. Ooh, getting a little offensive help from 2x4, able to sneak by, mostly untouched on the inside, getting 4 points as Crash is still looking to complete that initial pass. Star is now in hand and has been given to Skate Riot Project's pivot. That is Ammunition now wearing the star, I believe, for the star in hand currently. And Satan is still racking up those points. Tumble through the middle there, but another 4 points in the sky for the Bad News Beaters. And then Ammunition now has star in hand, or star on the helmet, and is officially the jammer for the Skate Riot Project as Gail Satan completes a easy breezy apex jump to get 4 more points. I guess we have, all right, and Nisha hit again to the inside by 2x4. So that is definitely a match of energy that I would not want to be against. But this Beaters defense is doing a great job of holding it down, and Satan is really pushing forward and making the most of the time they have on the track. Only 15 seconds left in this jam, and Skate Riot Project is yet to complete their initial pass, and that is another 4 points for Gail Satan as Ammunition is sent to the penalty box as a jammer. So she will start the next jam in the Night Owl penalty box, and that was a 20-point jam in favor of the Bad News Beaters. Whoa.
Oh, what happened? It's not what I want. Music hits so hard, makes me say, oh my Lord, thank you for blessing me with a All right. Here we go. Morph with the star for the Bad News Beaters. This is a power start. Ammunition sitting in the penalty box with that star. So Morph out very quickly, picks up lead for the Bad News Beaters. Beaters set up and ready to roll on in with some offense. Shaking things up, looking to get Morph out of the pack for 4 points. Success for going up for the Bad News Beaters. Ammunition back on the track, up on those toe steps on the outside edge, does get knocked to the side, gonna recycle back. Start again. Beaters with a blocker in the penalty box as Morph skates through for 4. Ammunition now out of the pack. Nisha gonna put that pressure on, skates up quickly. And jam has ended. 8 points picked up by Morph and the Bad News Beaters. Score 46-19.
All right, Skate Riot Project does have pack advantage heading into this jam, and Mecca is wearing the star for Bad News Beaters, picking up lead very quickly as Sid is looking to complete her initial pack. The Beaters do have their last jammer out of the box, now looking to re-enter the track currently as the Skate Riot Project pack is able to hit Mecca to the inside and draw back, giving her offense some time to offer some support. Got a tight scrum up there in turn 2 as Sid Vicious is looking to continue, complete that scoring initial pass. Has completed a star pass now to Vampira, who is now jammer of record for Skate Riot Project. And it looks like Skate Riot Project has also lost one of their blockers to the box. It's another 4 points for the Beaters. And she decides to call it off just as Vamp approaches the pack and is able to put up 2 points in favor of Skate Riot Project to end that jam.
Just over 16 minutes left here in the first half. We are getting ready for jam number 12. Griff with the star for the Bad News Beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. Next whistle starts the jam. And there we go. Both teams jammers looking to push things apart and find some space. Sunny Ono offering some offense there to Griff, who gets knocked to the outside and recycled back as Axel escapes from that pack and picks up lead. Griff now also out of the pack. So Axel looking to score some points, skating through a fast-moving pack and calls it off before Griff can get to the pack. Axel picking up 3 points. Looks like there was perhaps a blocker out of play, so one of those points not available. So 3 added to the Skate Riot Project score, 54-24 after 12 jams.
All right, and we again have Crash Mass for Skate Riot Project, jamming against Gail Satan for Bad News Beaters. And Satan tries to find clearance on the inside, but Ammunition says absolutely not. But it looks like Crash Mash did pick up a cut track penalty and is headed to the penalty box. So this is a power jam in favor of Gail Satan, who also just picked up lead. All right, and there is Nisha immediately working to give that defensive help, and Gail Satan is able to push through everyone, picking up all 4 points on their pass, and we now have that looks like one beaters blocker did get sent to the penalty box, but that's going to be another 4 points for Gail Satan, and Crash Smash is now back on the track. Satan able to find clearance right up the middle as Crash Smash is just looking to complete that initial pass currently. Getting some offensive help from Lena Bandina there, and there it is, initial pass completed. And with one final pass, that's going to be 4 more points, bringing it to a 16-point jam in favor of the Bad News Beaters, 0 points for Skate Riot Project.
Jam number 14 about to begin. About 13 minutes left here in the first half. Morph with the star for the Beaters. Kiwi for Skate Riot Project. And Kiwi out first, picks up lead. Morph, though, also out of the pack. Pack moving quickly, getting into the turns. And it is called off. That is a 1-point jam in favor of Skate Riot Project. Looks like the Night Owl penalty box is empty as we get ready for jam number 15.
All right, and we have Sid Vicious wearing the scarf for Skate Riot Project, Mecca wearing star for Bad News Beaters. And with that whistle, we are now into our next jam. Skate Riot Project working to stay together as Mecca gets some momentum, pushing up the straightaway. Sid still fighting against a tough Beaters tripod. Defense doing a great job of holding down, defense on both teams doing a great job holding down our jammers. And just as I say that, Sunny Ono offers Mecca some offensive help and allows her to pick up lead for the Bad News Beaters. Looks like Skate Riot Project has completed a star pass to the pivot, so Vampira of Skate Riot Project is now jammer with star in hand. Gets a little offensive help from Ammunitia there and gets some momentum, but the Beaters blockers are able to reform in front of her. Mecca still working hard to put up some more points for the Beaters, and there's another 4 as Vamp is looking, and there's the initial pass for Skate Riot Project. Skate Riot Project does have 1 blocker in the box. Great hit to the outside by SRP's blockers. So that will bring our jam to the conclusion. It's 74-25 in favor of Bad News Beaters.
The Beaters will start this jam with a slight pack advantage. However, Ammunitia is standing in the Night Owl penalty box, so won't be long. And whistle blows. Pound Town taken off there for Skate Riot Project. Griff for the Bad News Beaters. Griff going from the outside to the inside, finds that inside lane wide open and is through for lead. Night Owl penalty box is empty. And Pound Town now out of the pack. Griff through for 4. So Pound Town slightly in front of Griff entering the pack. Oh, but Pound Town picking up a back block penalty. So this is now a power jam. Power jam. Power jam. Goldie with a lovely hit. to Skate Riot Project blockers. I don't want to say anything, but damn. And Griff is back at the pack looking to score some points. Griff coming to the inside. Goldie breaking things up there with those Skate Riot Project blockers. And Goldie there with a block to Pound Town as the jam ends. Looks like 3 more points going up for the Bad News Beaters. 15 points for Griff on that jam.
All right, and with that whistle, it's jam 17. It looks like Axel's picking up the lead for Skate Riot Project, and Gail Satan is looking to complete that initial pass, able to get back past the last blocker sick and complete that initial while Axel sneaks by on the outside, picks up, let's see, all 4 points and calls it off, holding the beater scoreless for this jam.
Very quick jam there. And now we are setting up for jam number 18. Just under 8 minutes left here in the first half. Morph with the star for the beaters and Crash Mash. Wearing that star for Skate Riot Project, finds the inside lane open and hustles through for lead. Crash now coming back around, looking to score some points. Pack moving forward. We have had a successful star pass, so Frida now jamming for the Bad News Beaters. Frida getting close to the pack. Oh, Frida attempts the apex jump, lands it, but not on the track, so is recycled back by Jaws as Crash Mash coming through to score some points. Crash with a little hippity hop there on the inside, but doesn't make it through. Recycles back by Rage, and Crash finding a massive opening on the inside is through for 4. Frida now out of the pack has picked up 4. Crash through the middle, some nice offensive help, gets 4, and the jam has ended. 12 big points going up on that scoreboard for Crash Mash and Skate Riot Project. Just about 6 minutes left here in the first half.
And we have 2 full packs on the track with Mecca jamming for the Bad News Beaters and Kiwi wearing the star for Skate Riot Project. And Kiwi looking for some offensive help from Sick, but Mecca is able to complete that initial pass, picking up lead for Bad News Beaters. Looks like the Beaters have lost 1 blocker to the box, but Mecca now only has 2 more blockers to beat, and there it is for the first 4 points of this jam, as Kiwi also coming up to score some points. Is hit to the outside by Helenati as Mecca comes up for another scoring pass, sneaks just on the inside and is able to complete a scoring pass as one of the Beaters blockers is sent to the box at the end of that jam. And it looks like we are going to have an official timeout.
All right, here we go, here we go, here we go now. Sid with the star for Skate Riot Project. Griff for the Bad News Beaters. Sid on the outside gets past that last Beaters blocker and picks up lead. Sid coming back around, looking to score some points. Griff still trying to get out of the pack. The Beaters pivot, Helenati starting out the jam in the penalty box. Sid now skating through the outside lane, pushing, picking up 4 points, 8 points so far in this jam for Sid Vicious and Skate Riot Project. Naughty returning from the Night Owl penalty box and immediately accepting the star pass. Pressure on, and Sid calls it off. 4 more points going to go up on the Skate Riot Project side. So a massive 12-point jam for the Bad News Beaters. That ties the highest scoring jam they have had so far in this game. Highest scoring jam in the game.
That jam was for Skate Riot Project.
Oh, whoops. Yep. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, and just under 4 minutes left in this half. We have Pound Town jamming for Skate Riot Project and picks up the lead as Gail Satan completes that initial pass, and looks like Skate Riot Project does have 2 blockers in the box currently. So Bad News Beaters do have a pack advantage there. Pound Town, lots of movement happening on this track. Big hit from Sonny Ono as Skaten is able to complete a scoring pass. Pound Town does currently have lead, and the box is giving some instructions. All right, and that is going to be a call from Pound Town after picking up 4 points. That is an 8-4 jam in favor of the Bad News Beaters. And the Beaters have passed our century mark a few jams ago. Current score is 109 in favor of the Bad News Beaters, 61 in favor of Skate Riot Project.
Jam number 23 about to begin. Just under 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Axel with the star for Skate Riot Project. More for the Bad News Beaters. Axel picking up a cut track call. So this is a power jam. Power jam for Morph and the Bad News Beaters. Morph has removed the helmet cover. And a successful star pass to Helenati. Naughty now jamming for the Beaters. This will be a full 2-minute jam. So no lead in this jam. Beaters lining up there, offer some offense, clearing out. Oh, clearing out the blockers, and Naughty high stepping it on the inside lane. Pia getting a penalty there at the end. Axel now back on the track. Naughty through for 4. So that was Axel's initial pass. That penalty coming before her initial pass had been made. So now Axel looking to score some points. Still 45 seconds left in the jam. A lot of scoring can happen in that amount of time. Axel through. So 4 points going up for Skate Riot Project. Another 4 going to go up for the Bad News Beaters as Naughty emerges from the pack. Both teams jammers coming around. So the point scoring shall begin on this pass. And Axel coming up against a strong block there from 2x4. Naughty through on the outside has added 4 more to the Beaters score. And jam ends. That's going to be 8 points for Skate Riot Project and a big 16-point jam for the Bad News Beaters. Just a few seconds left on the time clock. So we, looks like we maybe, yeah, there it is. We are heading now into intermission. So take a quick break and we will see everyone right back here shortly.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music license. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music license. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music license. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music license. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Welcome back, everybody. We are just about ready to get this second half going. Heard that rolling whistle, which indicates that the next whistle will start the jam and the game. Thanks for being here with us on our triple header, first triple header of the year, first one we've had in a hot minute, as I recall. Everybody back on the track. That is Morph with the star for the Bad News Beaters. Pound Town for Skate Riot Project. The Night Owl penalty box is empty. Both teams' jammers getting out of the pack at about the same time, but Morph slightly ahead. So lead assessed to Morph and the Beaters. Morph calls it off. A lot of action happening in the pack over here as everyone exits stage left.
All right, for our next jam, we have Mecca for the Bad News Beaters and Sid Vicious for Skate Riot Project, wearing their respective stars. And we are again starting with 2 full packs on the track, and the jam is live with Mecca finding some clearance on the inside, picking up lead jammer, as Sid taking the star off the helmet, looking to complete a star pass. Here comes Mecca looking to complete a scoring pass, and gets around on the outside, picking up all 4 points as Sid continues to a big hit to Sunny towards the inside. Now with 2 more to beat, getting tangled up, and there it is for a completed initial pass, now eligible for points. And that's a great time for that to happen because Mecca is heading to the box for a forearm penalty, and it is now a power jam in favor of Skate Riot Project. All right, and there's some offensive help from the blockers on Skate Riot Project, and Sid is able to sneak by on the inside, but Rage Invasion giving a lot of resistance there. All right, and there is some more offensive help. And Sid hit to the outside by Goldilocks, and both of them are skating back to re-enter the track safely. And Mecca is now back on the track after completing her penalty. All right, we have a tight pack right now as Mecca finds some momentum. 1 to beat, picks up all 4 points and gets around on the outside. Sid continuing to fight through and getting some momentum. And there is the time clock, so the jam reaches its natural conclusion. And let's see how many points we have for each of our teams. Looks like that's going to be a 10-7 jam in favor of the Bad News Beaters. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, and hey, as a reminder, those front doors are closed, so you'll have to leave out the side or the back behind us if you need to exit. There's that whistle. We're at it. Kiwi with the star for Skate Riot Project. Griff for the Bad News Beaters. A little bit of a tumble down here just past the jam line. Kiwi pushing forward there at the top of the pack. And now Griff also through. So both teams' jammers coming through at about the same time. However, Kiwi is assessed lead, got out slightly ahead. And Kiwi calls it off as they both get back to the pack. So another very quick 0-0 jam here in the second half of this game between your home teams, Skate Riot Project and the Bad News Beaters.
All right, and Both teams are set with the 5-second call. We have Axel wearing the star for Skate Riot Project and Gail Satan for the Bad News Beaters. Satan finding an opening on the outside, picking up that lead jammer status, and Axel only a few paces behind, both scoring eligible at this point. Beaters with some great offense, allowing Satan to pick up all 4 points and calling off the jam, 4-0 jam in favor of Bad News Beaters.
After a series of very quick jams, we are about to start jam number 5 with just under 25 minutes left to go in the game. Pound Town with the star for Skate Riot Project, Morph for the Bad News Beaters. There's your whistle. Jam has begun. And Morph there at the top of the pack, but being contained by Crash Mash, along with Sick, Wonderlina, and Flip. All the action going into turn 2, just headed into that second straightaway. 30 seconds in, and we don't have a lead jammer yet. Oh, and look at that, spoke just a moment too soon, as Pound Town is out as lead. Morph, though, also out of the pack. So pressure on. And, oh, man, Pound Town picking up a forearm call will lose lead. We have a full 2-minute jam ahead of us. All the action here in turns 3 and 4. Morph moving forward. And Beaters setting up for some offense.
You're not lead.
And little confusion, sometimes that happens. There is no lead. So Morph successfully passing that star to Ragin' Bajin, and the jam ends. Four points going up at the end for the Bad News Beaters. Oof. We have a timeout. There we go. I was like, where's the music? I've turned it up.
Oh, I might have turned it down there because I didn't know how to turn it back on when I was making the initial. All right, jam is on with Sid Vicious wearing the star for Skate Riot Project and Mecca for Bad News Beaters. Mecca hit to the outside and quickly re-enters the track, and lots of bodies hitting the floor as Mecca picks up lead jammer. Sid now has star in hand, looking to either complete that initial, but it looks like we've gotten a star pass to Jawbreaker, and Jaws is now the jammer for Skate Riot Project. All right, and there is another scoring pass for Mecca as Jaws comes up. And that's going to be a 4-0 jam, again in favor of the Bad News Beaters.
right, jam number 7 teeing up. Kiwi with the star for Skate Riot Project. Griff for the Bad News Beaters. Griff pushing forward at the top of the pack, scooches past Wonderlina and is through for lead. Kiwi now out of the pack, had removed that helmet cover, perhaps considering a pass, but able to get out. So pressure being put on Griff and the beaters. So Kiwi coming through, looking to skate past a few hits. We'll see how many points are going up. That looks like 3. 3 points picked up by each team's jammer. So a 3-3 jam with just over 20 minutes left here in the game.
Don't forget to join us after this game at Title IX for our after party. For now, we still have Derby live on the track with Gail Satan wearing the star for Bad News Beaters and Axel for Skate Riot Project. Gail picks up lead and has some great footwork to avoid a bad hit there earlier in the jam, and both jammers are moving fast, looking to pick up some points for their teams. Beaters are doing Beaters do some big hit at the end of the jam, but looks like everything is clear, and we are going to have a official review called.
Cool. Do you want to say that? Okay.
All right, so that last official review was called by Green. They were looking for an illegal contact on the jammer for hitting a down skater, and the officials determined that it was unavoidable contact, so the no call stands, and there will be no call.
no impact, and they will lose
I lost the
their
thread.
penalty.
All right, and we have Morph wearing the star for the Bad News Beaters against Pound Town for Skate Riot Project. And both packs are moving fast up at turn 1, and that is Morph picking up the lead for Bad News Beaters. Pound Town is hit to the outside and looking to re-enter the track, and Morph is coming up to score some points. And looks like the Skate Riot Project now has a full pack after one of their blockers was released from the Night Owl penalty box. And so both jammers are working hard to get out of this pack. And there is Pound Town completing an initial pass. And Morph still has 2 blockers to beat from Skate Riot Project, getting some help from PB Wookie. And with all right, there is some calls there at the end of the jam, but Morph did call it off after picking up 4 points, and Pound Town was able to pick up 3 at the end of that jam, and it looks like Skate Riot Project did also have 1 blocker sent to the box right at the end of the jam there. So it's going to be a pack advantage for the Bad News Beaters.
Mecca with the star for the Beaters. Sid for Skate Riot Project. Sid out first, has lead very quickly. Mecca now also out of the pack. Nice little push out there by Black Mamba. All the action over in the turns 1 and 2, and Sid picking up some points and calling it off. 3 points. There's a cut track call to somebody. Oh, that's Mecca. So Mecca getting a cut track call there right at the end of the jam. That does set up the power start going into jam number 11.
All right, and Kiwi is gonna rock this power jam for Skate Riot Project. Getting some offensive help, but hit to the outside by Sunspot, and unfortunately also picks up a cut call. So we're gonna get a little jammer switcheroo, and Mecca's gonna get a chance to pick up lead. Taking the long way around the track to pick up some momentum and signaling to her blockers to hit some offense, and they execute it beautifully, and there is our lead jammer for this jam. Kiwi is now also back on the track, and there is the initial pass, so both of our jammers are out and scoring eligible. 4 points currently on the board for the Beaters. And Mecca decides to run it out and call it at the last moment, holding Skate Riot Project scoreless for this jam.
On us, P. N. Never scared. K.
And never sad is my favorite thing. It's so funny.
All right, we are all lined up and ready to go. Crash match with that star for SRP and Griff for the Bad News Beaters. And Crash Mesh able to slide through on the inside lane. Definitely taking some hits there, but still through and picks up lead. Griff looking to get out of the pack. Sunny Ono sweeping over with the attempt to slow down Crash Mash, who is now through for 4. Successful star pass to Frida. Frida now jammer for the Bad News Beaters. Man, Crash comes, well, literally crashing through the pack on that last pass. Was going to recycle back, but calls it off instead with Frida approaching quickly. So points going up for Crash 4, it looks like, on that jam, holding the beaters to 0.
All right, we have Axel for SRP and Satan for the beaters on the jam line. And the jam is now live. Both teams doing a great job holding down that defense, getting some momentum. It looks like Axel found an opening, and there is the lead jammer call for Skate Riot Project. And Satan is about half a track behind, both jammers scoring eligible as Axel approaches the pack, calling her team to go, and calls it off as Satan sneaks through as well. And that's going to actually be a 4-0 jam in favor of the beaters.
All right, y'all, here we go now. Getting ready for jam number 14. Pound Town with the star for Skate Riot Project. Morph for the Bad News Beaters. And whistle blows. Pound Town goes to the outside, able to slice through the pack to the end and get through for lead. Morph still looking to find a way out of the pack, removes the helmet cover and successfully passes it to Rage and Bajan. So Rage now jammer for the Bad News Beaters. Morph looking to get out of the pack. Chased down there by Black Mamba, but does get out, ends the jam, picks up 4. So a 4-0 jam in favor of Skate Riot Project.
All right, Jam 15, we have Sid Vicious for Skate Riot Project jamming against Mecca for the Bad News Beaters, and there's a tiny opening on the inside, and Sid is able to take advantage of that, picking up lead. Mecca using the same route to also complete her initial pass. She comes up quick, looking to get a few points, and Sid decides to call it off before Mecca can approach the pack, and that's going to be a 1-0 jam in favor of Skate Riot Project.
Crash Mash wearing the star for Skate Riot Project. Grift for the Bad News Beaters. Whistle blows and all the wheels start rolling. Crash Mash bebopping from the in to the out, back to the in, and gets a lead. Griff getting slowed down by the Skate Riot Project blockers. Does make a successful star pass, so Hella Naughty now jammer for the Bad News Beaters. Naughty out of the pack, and jam is called. 3 points picked up by Crash and Skate Riot Project. Just under 11 minutes to go in the game. Score 97 to 165 in favor of the Beaters.
All right, we have 2 full packs, some great offense by Goldie Knox, and Axel is able to get through on the inside, picking up a lead, but lost some momentum there, and Gail was able to surpass her, so she decides to call it off and give her team a fresh start on the next jam.
Nothing like a 10-second jam. Moves us on to the next. Number 18. Just about to start. Morph with the star for the Beaters. Pound Town for Skate Riot Project. Pound Town finds the outside lane with an invitation to enter and accepts it and is through for lead. Morph still looking to find some space to get out of the pack, being denied by Lena Bandita along with Jaws and Kiwi and F-Bomb. Some nice blocking there. Ooh, well done there by Lena Bandita to stop Morph and allow the rest of that blocking squad for Skate Riot Project to join up. Black Mamba getting in there trying to break things up, create some space. Man, Black Mamba super strong, powering in. Solid stop to Pound Town from Black Mamba. Three points going up.
All right, next jam is on, and Mecca has picked up lead jammer status. And Sid is looking to complete that initial pass as Mecca comes back to put some points out. Is hit to the outside by Ammunitia, and so recycles back as Sid is getting some offensive help by Wonderlina, but the Beaters' defense is really solid, holding it down. And it looks like we have a successful star pass to Pivot and Captain Ammunitia. Mecca is hit to the inside and looks back, sees Nisha coming up, decides to call it off and hold Skate Riot Project scoreless. So it's going to be a 7-0 jam.
Gail Satan with the star for the Bad News Beaters, and Jaws Breaker wearing the star for the first time this game as Skate Riot Project has hit the century mark. Nice hit out there from Jaws to Satan before taking off from that line and out for lead. Gail Satan, though, also out of the pack, so pressure is on. Jaws telling her teammates to just keep moving forward, so Jaws going to flip around and skate through, try to pick up some points there at the call-off. Does get one. Prevents Satan from getting any, so a 1-0 jam in favor of Skate Riot Project. We have about 6.5 minutes left in the game. We do have a official timeout being called.
All right, and there was a call during that official timeout given to Skate Riot Project's jammer. So beaters have a power start this jam, and that goes to Morph. So Morph finds some clearance on the inside after getting some offensive help from the blockers on the track and picks up lead jammer. All right, and SRP defense holding it down and back, and Morph comes up to more SRP blockers in the front. But the beaters are able to do some quick-o on the inside and get them through again for 4 points as Jaws re-enters the track from the penalty box. And that is an initial pass completed, and so let's see if we can, what Morph is going to do as far as the calls. And Jaws with the speed at the end there picks up 2 points to Morph's 3, and that's going to be a 10-2 jam, 7-2. I think 7-2.
7-2, can confirm. Next jam about to get started. Mecca with the star for the beaters. Sid for Skate Riot Project. Whistle starts the jam. And Mecca at the top of the pack, one to beat. Oh, almost through. Gets knocked down, but Pia also goes out. So Mecca hopping right back up and continuing on, does get lead. Sid now out of the pack. So pressure on. Mecca calling it off. New Orleans.
All right, we're getting set for our next jam, and we have Griff for the beaters jamming against Crash Mash for SRP. Griff looking to follow, or Crash looking to follow Griff, and both are hit to the outside. And Griff finds some momentum, able to push up the middle and picking up lead as Crash is also completed that scoring initial pass about half lap behind. So Griff looking to pick up some points, get some offense from Goldie Knox, gets by all four, some great footwork on the outside line to stay on the track, and calls off the jam.
Gail Satan with the star for the beaters. Axel for Skate Riot Project. And Axel, even with some jam line shenanigans, Axel able to get out first and pick up lead. Satan, though, also out of the pack now. So pressure's on Satan. Ooh, getting a little whip there off a Vamp on the outside. Calls it off. Picks up 2 points, however. Satan also able to get in there for 2 right at the end of the whistle. So a fast and furious 2-point jam with just 2.5 minutes left in the game.
Where did the time go? All right, we get another Jaws jam at the start of this jam for Skate Riot Project against Morph for the Bad News Beaters. Ooh, and Jaws on the outside line just tiptoes through for lead jammer, and it looks like we've had a successful star pass to Helen Noddy for the Beaters, who is now our jammer of record, also out on a scoring pass. Jaws finds clearance right through the center with some offensive help and calls it off 4-0 in favor of Skate Riot Project.
Whistle blows, and Sid with the star for Skate Riot Project. Mecca for the Bad News Beaters. Mecca swinging around to the outside, almost through, but comes into a solid Kiwi and slows way down. Man, all kinds of blocking happening there with the Bad News, or with the Skate Riot Project blockers. Really making Mecca work for it. Mecca now out as lead, though. Sid being knocked out and recycled back by Black Mamba. So moving forward, all the action there in the turn. Sid now out, has made that initial pass. So Sid now looking to pick up some points. Mecca already with 4. Beater's gonna let it ride. Oh, Kiwi picking up a directional call. Mecca adds 4. And Goldie picking up a penalty going to the box, to the Night Owl penalty box. And Mecca calls it. No time left on the game clock. 3 points there for Skate Riot Project. And just waiting for that final call. But everybody give it up for your home teams. Skate Riot Project and the Bad News Beaters. Woo! There it is. That whistle indicates that we have our final score. Thank you again, everyone, for being here. Thank you to our officials. Thank you to our medics. Fans, feel free to come on down and give a high five around the track. Be sure to join us in just 2 weeks for the Cactus Cup being held at the Arizona Athletic Grounds. That is going to feature both the Arizona All-Stars and Arizona Rising teams taking on teams from around the nation. So you're not going to want to miss it. Find out more at ArizonaRollerDerby.com. Thanks again for being with us. I am Loquita Bonita, joined by Punky Pie. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.